Hi everybody, and welcome to this channel, Freya's Crone. My name is Melody. For those of you who are new to this channel, welcome, and welcome back to my returning subscribers. I'm grateful for each and every one of you guys and all the love and support that you've been giving me on this YouTube journey. Okay, so to connect with these videos, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know how these videos resonate with you. You can always share the video if you think it'll resonate with somebody else. And don't forget to subscribe if you are not subscribed, and hit that little notification bell. All of that helps out this channel, and it is greatly, greatly appreciated. So this video, we are pulling soul messages from a past life that could help you in this lifetime. Only take the messages if they resonate with you. If it hits home in your soul, this message is meant for you. It is also for Capricorn. I'm not putting a placement on it. If a placement comes through, I will let you know, but I'm not putting a particular placement on it. And again, these are general readings, so only take the messages if they resonate with you on a soul level. All right, so pay attention. All right, so first we're going to pull a door here for Capricorn Collective. A door for the Capricorn Collective into this past life. Please and thank you, Holy Spirit. Can we have a door into this past life for the Capricorn Collective? Okay, this is your door. This is your message. So Capricorns, 1111, numbers in doubles, synchronicities in 2, don't hold back, your love now, life is meant for you, pass this on. So in a past life, you could have walked through this door, or 1111 could have been on this door. We have palmistry, add it in reverse here. Palmistry, you may have been called to work with palmistry or tarot, or some sort of a psychic ability. Like I said, palmistry, those are the lines on your hands. Maybe use tarot. I don't have any tarot cards out, but maybe use tarot to read. Your name could have been Anthony. We have Divine Guardian. So you could have been somebody who tapped in to your guardian angel. Your guardian angel's name could have been Anthony in this past life, and this guardian angel whispered or spoke right to your ear. It gave you messages. You could have been psychic, could have been a palm reader, a tarot reader, maybe read crystal balls, right? You could have even channeled songs from the divine, right? And when you've seen 1111, you knew you were on the right path. You were walking through the right door. All right, so let's go ahead and get a numerology card for the Capricorn Collective. Please and thank you. What number was on their door besides 1111? Can we have another number? You could have seen 1111 on the clock. You could have seen 1111 on like an address, or I don't know if they had phone lines yet in this past life, but you were definitely seeing synchronicities. They're showing me a license plate for some of you. So you could have been around when the first car was invented. Capricorn, please and thank you, Holy Spirit. Can we have a number on their door, please and thank you? 78, spiritual career. Capricorn. So 1111, 1871, 1870, 1781, You could have been born on November 11th in 1871, 1781. But on this door, you led a very spiritual career. And you were very good at what you did with your gifts. Reading tarot, reading palms, crystal balls, whatever that was, right? Paying attention to synchronicities. You would listen to your call. This was your calling in this life. In thanks of my spirit, safe and sound, all things that are lost can be found. Right? So you had a lot of people, and Anthony, like I said, could have been your divine guardian. The path you were on will lead you just right. And you've seen that with the 1111, that you were on the right path with this spiritual career, with this spiritual calling. On the bottom of the deck, spiritual partnership, 27, so 7-7. 1877, 1887, 1878, could have been the year you were born, or this is when you were on this journey. Somebody's name could be Anthony in this life. Or this could be the name of your spirit guide that you would communicate with. So Capricorns. This card indicates an opportunity to embark upon a career in the mind, body, and spirit arena. Yeah, and have a partnership with your spirit guides, or perhaps a particular partnership with another person. This could be a full or part-time venture. It's entirely up to you. You may already have the credentials to begin this work now, or you may require further study before you're ready to start. Whatever your situation, this card is confirmation that you have genuine talents and the abilities that need to be put to good use. You may decide to work as a clairvoyant, life coach, homeopath, or a healer and see clients from your home. But I see clairvoyant because we got the palmistry and the tarot card. So a psychic, a clairvoyant, psychic, a palmistry reader, crystal ball reader, tarot card reader, and this was your calling. You got called to do this in this life. Or try your hand at being a card reader, numerologist, or astrologer at your local mind, body, spirit fair. You may choose to be a writer of inspirational books or blogs, or conduct workshops in the community. Regardless of what you do, or however big or small the scheme, you can turn it into a career with the potential for success. In order to improve your current situation, you're being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythms and cycles of your life. Cycles that are leading you to embark upon a spiritual career. Only you can know when the time is right, but no matter what, you must believe that you will succeed. Remove the limiting beliefs that are preventing you from moving forward. Release your anxieties and trust in the divine. When you focus on being of service rather than worries, doubts, and fears, the universe will send you opportunities to serve. The affirmation, I serve the greater good and I am given all that I need. Yeah, because you have a special guide who is calling you. This is your call. Some of you, like I said, could be named Anthony, or this could be your spirit guide. Because underneath that we have divine guardian. That's what I feel. I feel like you're a guardian in this lifetime. Your divine guide, your spirit guide, his name was Anthony, or like I said, your name was Anthony. But you were guided to do this spiritual journey and have a spiritual career as a clairvoyant. Okay, that is what I see for you, Capricorn. So let's move into this life. Let's pull a past life card. Can we have the door is about your spiritual career. So let's pull a past life card and see what life wants to come through. food and hunger. On the bottom of the deck, imprisonment and slavery. So for some of you, you could have died of starvation. Because you could have been imprisoned for being a spiritualist, for using your gifts. That is what I'm seeing. Or you could have been advised to work for to make your money to feed yourself. You take the messages as they resonate here, Capricorn. So food and hunger. Okay, food and hunger. You didn't have enough to eat in your past life, causing you to overeat and hoard food in this incarnation, Capricorn. You may have weight or eating disorder issues because you associate eating with fear instead of hunger. You harbor insecurities about whether there will be enough food in the future, so you may stockpile supplies. You also serve yourself large portions and make sure to eat everything on your plate just in case there won't be enough food in the future. For some people, this pattern also applies to fears about having enough water to drink. Often, just remembering the past life pattern is enough to heal the issue. Understand that the past is over and will not repeat in this current lifetime. The goal should be to learn from it and then let it go. Also, let fears of deprivation fade away as they are no longer necessary. Open yourself up to abundance. So for some of you, you may have led a spiritual career to try to survive, to try to feed yourself, trying to stockpile in. Because why? Because for some of you, you may have felt starved on a spiritual level when it comes to what you are meant to do, or whether or not you were destined to do this. But I feel for some of you, you were imprisoned. You were imprisoned in this spiritual career and you died of starvation. So in this life, you could have this phobia, right? You could have died very young. You may have died at 27. You could have passed on at 27 years old. You could have died in jail. All right. So what was the purpose, spirit, of this past life? Food and hunger, the spiritual career, and then seeing the synchronicities and connecting with their calling, the divine, their spirit guide, their calling. For Capricorn, please and thank you, Holy Spirit. What was the purpose of this food and hunger, starving energy in this past life when it comes to this person's spiritual career and connecting to their path? For Capricorn, strength. See how she's riding that horse but following that bird? So you could have been connected to birds. So the purpose is everything you experience in this life has made you stronger and courageous. Realizing your spiritual strength. So some of you may have fasted. Some of you may have had to fast to connect with this divine. And this, because of this fasting, it made you stronger on your spiritual journey, is something else that I'm getting. And flower essences. Some of you worked with flowers, with herbs, and it was part of your purpose. You could have even had a divine partner, a spiritual partner who was an herbalist. And through this partner being an herbalist, this is how you survived, was on herbs. on plants. Maybe some of you were vegetarian is something else that I'm getting. In this past life, you were vegetarian. You fasted a lot. You lived on the bare minimum is something else that I'm getting. And because of this, it has made your spiritual strength to the divine stronger. And you had the courage and the strength that you need to follow this spiritual path. Listen to the signs and synchronicities, or even fasted, because what it did was when you fasted, it raised your vibration. And when you raised your vibration, you were able to connect to your spirit guide, your guardian angel, and you were able to listen to them because your vibration was higher. And your body's, because food will weigh you down, right? Food weighs you down. It brings your vibration down. And this is something I feel that you did in this past life. You may have, to connect with that divine guidance, you fasted a lot. You ate the bare minimum is something that I'm getting here. All right, so you did this on purpose, and what it did was it strengthened your bond with your psychic abilities, with your spiritual path, with your spiritual career. I feel like you also partnered up with somebody who was an herbalist. All right, I don't even think I need to read that, but we will anyways. You're stronger than you realize. According to this card, your career dreams require inner resolve and courage. Your spiritual career. And you've built those qualities from your life lessons. Everything you've ever experienced has brought you to this moment. And you're more prepared than ever to start a new project and persevere to complete it. It's human nature to shy away from projects that are perceived to be difficult or that bring up fears of failure. So I feel in this current life, you still have that fear of being hungry, because in this past life, you fasted, you were vegetarian. And because of this fasting and being this vegetarian, it increased that strength with the divine. And now this could be a phobia in this life that you have, that may cause you to overeat or hoard food. Nonetheless, these projects are calling your name. So you could be seeing 1111 in this life and know that you're on the right path, that you're answering your call. Whether you're guided to write a book, change your career, return to school, start your own business, or present your artwork to the public, you have the strength to do so. With this path, which path do you think will lead you to greater joy? Taking the steps in the direction of your dreams, whether you're unsure whether your dream is viable or whether you're taking the right steps to achieve it, or endless procrastination. Which path will ultimately be more painful to experience? Risking defeat or humiliation, right? Defeat or humiliation, being imprisoned, or by taking action and playing it safe. Okay, I don't know. But anyways, there you go. So let's go ahead and pull a message from your higher self here, Capricorn. A higher self message in this lifetime that Capricorn needs to know. For some of you, in the past life, you could have been on that twin flame journey. You could have had a spiritual partnership in the past life. Having a spiritual partnership, a twin flame journey. As a witch, as an herbalist, as maybe cooking food with herbs or making potions or something along them lines, right? Growing your own food is something else that I'm getting. Growing your own herbs, growing your own flowers. Please and thank you, Spirit. Invite your fears to tea. So yeah, your higher self is telling you to invite them fears to tea. Fears aren't facts. Often they are just scary thoughts or feelings. Instead of judging your fears, invite them to tea. Offer them a cookie and have a chat. Right? Cookie. Listen to what they have to say. When you're encouraged enough to be with what scares us, we receive powerful wisdom. Right? So somebody definitely has an eating disorder in this life. See the flowers and the herbs, right? So herbal tea could be significant. And offer your love. So offer your love to these fears. See, there's a cow, right? And underneath imprisonment and slavery, we had farm. Yeah, this was a karmic relationship. This partnership was a karmic relationship. And then underneath that, you have the angels, monk or nun. Yeah. So somebody could have put the other one in prison because this was a karmic relationship. I don't know why I was thinking twin flame, but you know, with the 1111 there, that often to me represents a twin flame journey. So you could have been on a twin flame journey in this past life, and the person that you were in a partnership with imprisoned you. Why? Because they were in their pride and ego, right? They didn't want you to persevere. They didn't want you to move on. So they imprisoned you. And perhaps starved you to death, right? That is what I see here. Or used you as a slave on their farm and abused and abused your abilities. This person's name could have been Anthony. So a vibe that you are feeling in your gut about this that you need to know. A vibe that you need confirmation about. A vibe in your gut that you need confirmation about here, Capricorn. So this was a karmic spiritual person. A karmic spiritual partnership. All right, what is a gut feeling that they need confirmation about? Please and thank you, Holy Spirit. Seek solitude, a number 33. On the bottom of the deck, talk shop. Number 17. 777 could be significant. 1111 could be significant. 33 could be significant. Maybe somebody died when they were 33. Seek solitude. So your gut is telling you to go within yourself. Go into hermit mode. Seek solitude. Go into hermit mode. Face them fears. Sit down, have a chat, listen to what them fears have to say. For some of you, you may even be fearful of embarking on a spiritual career in this lifetime due to this past karmic partner who put you in prison, or maybe made you feel like you were imprisoned. Transitioning from 5 sensory to 6 sensory awareness. Yeah, and that's what that fear is acknowledging that 6th sense, your psychic abilities. Can be very taxing to your nervous system. After all, you're beginning to consciously absorb and process a lot more energy and information that you're accustomed to, and you need to build up your psychic muscles to adjust to this higher level of awareness. In the process, however, you can get energetically fatigued. Signs of psychic overload are irritability, moodiness, restlessness, or sudden waves of, I don't know how to pronounce that word, and extreme drowsiness. If you're experiencing these symptoms, have compassion and understand that your psychic system works hard for you and needs a break from time to time. Slow down the energetic input You're in a growth spurt and must afford yourself regular and frequent periods of solitude as you adjust to higher frequency input. Sixth sensory people regenerate best when alone, with no one else to command their attention. Spending an hour here and there by yourself doing something you enjoy uninterrupted is one of the most important ways to keep your vibes clear and on track and right in the world. Unplug the landline, turn off the cellular phone, and make an appointment with yourself and relax in the healing energy of solitude, and do it without guilt. Your spirit needs the psychic maintenance, right? Your soul needs the psychic maintenance to sit down, have a cup of tea, invite these fears in, and acknowledge them instead of judging them. So don't allow other people to judge you. Either is something else that I'm getting here, Capricorn. So yeah, somebody could have either used somebody as a slave on their farm. This could have been a karmic relationship, but the angels stepped in, right? Somebody is very prideful. Somebody didn't want somebody to move forward on their journey, answer their call. This could have been a parent. Maybe they didn't believe you. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. What is a sign that you're seeing in this lifetime, Capricorn, other than 1111? Yeah, it's time to sever it. It's time to sever that fear on the bottom of the deck, and that is the key to unlocking your spiritual journey, your spiritual calling. That is what I feel. So a message from your soul that you need to know right now. A message from your soul that you need to know right now, Capricorn. A message from your soul that you need to know right now for the Capricorn Collective. Please and thank you, Holy Spirit. A message from their soul that they need to know right now. Flow. Right? So, sometimes, Capricorn, you really need to sever connections with people who are not in the flow as you are. People who instill fears within you, making you feel less than, making you starve and hunger for strength, for courage, making you feel imprisoned. Somebody also could have went to prison for stabbing you. This could have been how you died. They could have stabbed you. All right, on the bottom of the deck, adventure. Wonderful new experiences fill my life. Flow. It's time to let go. You're entering a period of gracious ease and flow. All is unfolding perfectly and with good timing, right? That's why you need to go within yourself so that you can recharge and be in that flow again. All is unfolding perfectly and with good timing. Everything is falling into place because you aren't resisting the drift of the great river of life. Your soul wants you to know when you're in a state of flow, you aren't pushing the river to go faster and you aren't swimming against it. You just go off the shore and enjoy the ride. A Native American saying is, it's best to ride the horse the direction that it's going. If you aren't feeling the smooth currents of life, it might mean that you are trying to control a situation in your life, or you're being self-critical or judgmental. The way you move into flow is through gratitude and appreciation, and by allowing others to support and help you. Yeah, a spiritual partnership. So invite those fears that are judging you. Invite those fears of being self-critical into, sit down, have a cup of tea, maybe drink some tea. Some herbal tea will help you. Chamomile and lavender is what I'm seeing here. Chamomile is good for calming the nerves. Lavender is also good for calming the nerves. Serve yourself up a little bit of love by seeking solitude, by severing the ties with these fears and being more in the flow of your spiritual career, your spiritual path, right? So I am going to end this reading with the glory of the universe flows through me affirmation. Thank you for watching.